want people to do before we get started is maybe log into their LinkedIn and their Anita B count so that they'll have it ready to go as soon as we get started. It is going to be a working presentation session. So as the speakers are talking, you'll be able to hopefully be enhancing your digital brand. So if you can go ahead and get that open, that'd be great. And also while we're waiting, since we're already a little bit behind time, we're asking everyone to just drop in the chat where they're from and if they're a professional or a student joining us tonight. That way our speakers kind of get an idea of the audience for tonight. So go ahead and do that for us. And I'm thinking it's 6:04, Ruth, maybe we'll start at like 6:05 and just let people continue to join us. Okay.
I think so. Any good, do we have people from South Florida and Charlotte? Let's see.
We got Seattle, we got Mountain View, California, nice. Columbus, Ohio.
West Coast.
We had a lot of people from the Silicon Group join us from Anita B, so that was awesome. We got professionals on here. We got a grad student from Athens, Georgia, the Bronx. Nice. I know who that is.
Natasha.
Yeah. Oakland, California. And of course, tonight we're hosting this event tonight with South Florida community and Charlotte community. So welcome everyone. Those of you in our backyard and those of you joining us from wherever and everywhere, it looks like, which is awesome. Samantha's from Hollywood. Nice, Samantha's right in our backyard, Hollywood, Florida. All right. Okay, so it's 6:05. So just for matter of time, we want to make sure we stay on track for tonight and get all this great information that our speakers have. I'm going to go ahead and just kick us off. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Oops. So welcome everyone. My name's Katie Gittleman. I'm super excited to be here tonight to join you with our two great speakers on enhancing your digital brand. We're super excited. We have two great speakers. So we're going to quickly jump into meeting our presenters. And then they'll start off by talking about LinkedIn Learning and then the AnitaB.org membership platform. We'll offer time at the end for Q&A. And of course, we're going to end tonight with a great raffle with some great Anita B swag. So make sure you stay on for the end to make sure you can get drawn in our raffle. So again, welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to pass it over to Ruth.
Yes, thank you. And just a quick introduction, I am Ruth Llanos-Bosch. I'm actually one of the leaders for the South Florida chapter, as the same as Katie. And we actually collaborating for this event with Kathy from the Charlotte chapter. So we're really excited to continue to bring, community, very valuable events for everyone that was able to register today. And that's it, that's us. Now, with no further ado, we're going to introduce our presenters. Like Katie mentioned, this is going to be take advantage of signing in your LinkedIn account and Anita B platform, because we use this time to do a working session to go through the different demonstrations that our speakers are going to go through. So Jen Jorter Cassidy is a customer success manager at LinkedIn, and her focus is on supporting LinkedIn learning for college and universities. She's passionate about learning and ensuring that faculty, staff, and students get the most out of the services that LinkedIn offers. Jen holds a master's degree in adult and organizational learning from Suffolk University and a graduate certificate in mindfulness studies from Lesley University. She has worked remotely from the Boston area for close to a decade and believes that every day of life is an opportunity to learn and support her learning habits with meditation and yoga, travel, time outside, and by visiting local coffee shops. So welcome, Jen. We're excited to have you here today. And the next presenter is Kirsten Ryder. She's the director of the membership of at AnitaB.org. She's a high-achieving marketing professional who delivers superior results with a data-driven, problem-solving approach and a collaborative style. Extensive experience leveraging traditional and emerging platforms to lead strategic processes, increase brand loyalty, implement new technologies, and facilitate senior leadership consensus in a highly competitive environment. So very excited to have you here, Kirsten, as well. And let me just start with the demo. So Jen, if you can let us know when you're ready, so you can share your screen.
I am ready. All right, let me do that. This will stop others screen. Okay, here we go. All right. So I've got about 10 minutes to show you a lot of stuff. I'm actually going to set a timer so I don't use more of my time than I get. But what you see on your screen right now is something called a Smart Link. It's a LinkedIn product, and I've put on the Smart Link a lot of links for you to tools and resources. So if we don't get through everything, or if we have to go through things kind of fast, you will have all of this provided to you. So I know that you're probably coming to this with different levels of knowledge about LinkedIn. I certainly didn't know a ton about LinkedIn until I became an employee. And it's amazing what LinkedIn has done in the past year in response to COVID and just the general state of the world. So I want to show you some of those new tools and resources that you may not be familiar with. So one of the things I want to do is just show you a little bit from my own LinkedIn profile. And it can often be a little bit daunting to say, like, okay, what should be on my profile? So I want to highlight, if you're going to start somewhere, I want to highlight 2 sections of your profile that you should focus on. Really, it's the top section. So this is your first impression. So I would encourage you to have a professional photo. Doesn't have to be something you spend a lot of money on. You can get a really nice photo from your phone. A banner photo just helps to showcase your personality. This is a lake down the street from me, and it's a bit of a nod to where I live because I love it, but also that I work remotely, and I'm very much an advocate for remote work. There's a new feature through the LinkedIn app that allows you to record your name pronunciation. And this can really alleviate a lot of anxiety for people who may not know how to pronounce your name. And even if you think you have a simple name, like my name's Jen Cassidy, that sounds pretty simple to me, but it may not be simple to everyone. So I'd recommend that everyone do that. Your headline really should go beyond your job title. Who are you as a professional? What do you want to be professionally known for? And that's going to set you apart because job titles are pretty common. And then your summary, really telling your professional story and tying things together. So I'd recommend focusing on this top section first and foremost, because that is your first impression, which we know there's one chance to make a first impression. The other section I'd recommend really focusing on as a second priority, or probably just as important, is the skills section. So you can have up to 50 skills showcased on your profile at any given time. You want to make sure these are the right skills that represent you. So if you're a job seeker, this is going to allow recruiters to find you more quickly. Recruiters have tools on LinkedIn that when they post job descriptions, they include the skills that are required for those jobs. And by having your skills section up to date, it's going to allow you to be discovered more quickly. I typically recommend that people audit this once a year and make sure that it's accurate and up to date. Now, there is a free course on LinkedIn Learning called Rock Your Profile. This is open to everyone. You don't have to have a subscription, and it's going to go through a lot of these things. So if you feel like you need some help getting your profile in top shape, take a look at this course. It's about an hour long, and it's going to take you through everything that I just said and much, much more. Another thing you might do is follow and learn from the profiles of inspiring people. So the example that I have here is the profile of Erica Lockheimer. She is the VP of Engineering for LinkedIn Learning, and she's probably one of the most inspiring people that I follow on LinkedIn, especially in terms of women in technology. So it's a good idea to think about who inspires you and check out the things that they're talking about on LinkedIn, check out how they have things positioned on their profiles. And these can be public figures, but they don't have to be. You can find inspiration in a lot of different areas. Now, when it comes to networking, one of the things I'd recommend is going to the alumni page for your school. These are going to be available for any school. So it could be a high school, it could be a college or university. I have Nova's page here just because I've kind of come to you tonight through the relationship that I have with Katie and my work with Nova Southeastern. But this is a great way to connect with alumni from your school. So by coming to the alumni page, you're going to see everyone who has shown that they're an alumni from that particular school. You have filters here that allow you to filter down to what people are skilled at. So if we wanted to look for someone, well, let's actually do this. Let's look for people that studied computer science, say. And then that's going to narrow it down, and you can discover people who you might want to connect with for informational interviews, to learn tips and best practices. If you have a shared connection with someone, that's going to be a great way to get an introduction. So leverage those first level connections you have to get introductions to other people that you want to meet. Now, this isn't going to be just available for schools. You can also use the same methodology on the LinkedIn page for Anita B, right? So same thing. And then also on company pages. So if you wanted to explore opportunities at Microsoft, for example, same kind of methodology there. Now, I want to get into some of the new tools that LinkedIn has made available over the course of the past 365 roller coaster days. One of those tools is our economic graph and workforce data. And there is way too much here to show you in the time that I have. But what I will say is this was like really exclusive data that I used to have to request from our insights team that is now just available to the public. So I'm super excited about this. If you go to workforce data, you can explore what's going on in different areas. So if we go here to explore the data and say I am interested in trying to think of some of the areas that I saw some folks from Atlanta. This will show you who is hiring in Atlanta, what jobs are available, what skills are needed for those jobs. And then you can filter down by different things as well. So if you wanted to filter down to software and IT services, that'll give you a view just for that industry. And you can download this to a CSV file as well, which is pretty cool. If you are a job seeker, I would also recommend that you set there's a banner that you can put on your profile photo that lets recruiters know that you're open to work. So that's just kind of a quick win if you're looking to be discovered for jobs, and there's some information here on how to do that. The Career Explorer tool is going to allow you to see if you're transitioning from one job and you're looking for another job, what skills you might already have that would apply to that new role. So as you scroll down, you get an explanation of this. And I know there's a lot here. So again, you're going to have all these links available to you. So say, okay, so this is defaulting to Atlanta. Say you are an audio-visual technician. Let's just go with that. These are some of the jobs where you might have some overlapping skills if you're looking for a new role to utilize the skills that you already have. I'm gonna skip to the interview prep tool. I know interviewing can cause a lot of anxiety in people. So this gives you common answers to some of those questions that we get asked when we go on interviews. So why do you want to leave your current role? And you can expand on any of these. There are samples from different perspectives. You can also practice and get feedback, which can be done through our automated AI, or you actually can record a video of yourself and share it with someone you're connected with if you want to get feedback from a mentor or whoever that might be. Now, we have opened up 600 LinkedIn Learning courses for free. Again, in support of what's happened over the course of the past 365 days. So that's going to be found on this link here. And if you go to learn skills for in-demand jobs, you will see those available. So for software developer, you can see these courses that have been made for free, which is super awesome. I love giving away free stuff. So I'm going to wrap up because I think I am just at time. But again, you will have this link. If you're part of Nova Southeastern faculty, staff, and student, you have access to the entire LinkedIn Learning library for free, as well as if you're a resident in Broward County, because the library at Nova is open to all residents of Broward County. And on LinkedIn Learning, I'll just wrap with this. There's a super inspiring course that I would point you all to called Women Transforming Tech. So that might be something that you want to check out on your learning journey. So I will stop there and turn it over to Kirsten. Thank you so much for having me this evening.
That was so amazing. Wow. It was like a power through of a powerful platform.
There's a lot, I know, and I wanted to get it all to you in the time that I had. But in the spirit of getting hands-on, I'll provide all the links. I'll actually put the link in the chat so you can grab it from there. So thank you. I appreciate that.
That is so amazing. I just have like 2 quick questions to ask. And hopefully we can be done with this quickly too. My first question is, how do you write a powerful summary for your LinkedIn profile? Because it was like in the header and you said that's something that, you should pay attention to.
Yeah, so the basic formula for the summary is talking about kind of where you've come from, where you are now, and then depending where you are in your career, where you're going. So that's something I often encourage for students and young professionals. It's a narrative, it's not a novel. So you're looking at around 50 to 100 words. And the other thing I think is important in your summary, especially if you are a career changer, is how does it tie all together? How are you going to take the skills that you've earned in your current career or past career and bring them into the career that you're going into? So you do have some flexibility there, again, depending on who you are and what your goals are. There's a great course on LinkedIn Learning called Jody Glickman on pitching yourself. It's about 15 minutes long, and it really can help you get some perspective around this.
That is amazing. There's like a LinkedIn course for everything.
There's so much on LinkedIn Learning. Like we release 60 new courses a week, so it blows my mind.
Super cool. And I think you've already kind of answered the second question that I had, but what are some hidden gems on the platform that can help you form a stronger network?
Oh, I think there's so much, right? And much of which will be in that link, which I'll put in the chat. But I think what it comes down to is nurturing your network. So I get it because of my role. I'm not anyone famous or special, but I get a lot of messages on LinkedIn every day, mostly from students. And there's always something striking. Like sometimes it's like, hi, I need something. Like, here's my resume. Can you share it with others? And it's like, well, I don't know you. Like, I appreciate you come to a session that I offered, but I don't know you and I didn't ask for your resume. So like, why are you giving it to me? But then when I get messages from people who attended a session saying, thank you, I tried what you suggested and this happened, like that shows gratitude and appreciation. And then I might say like, hey, is there anything I can do to help you out? Or if I hear from, a former colleague or someone I haven't talked to in a while that is just reaching out to check in, that means a lot. And those are things I try to do. So the point is nurture your network. Don't be the person that just reaches out when you need something. Check in on people. We're all kind of dealing with this madness in the world in different ways. So nurture your network. If you see someone's posted something, comment on it, maybe reach out to them, and just really always be in touch with people. LinkedIn, at the end of the day, it's really about community and connection. So think about how you can approach it from that lens and from giving back to others, and you'll get so much from that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Kirsten, I'm so excited to learn more about the Anita V platform now. So the floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
My
Jen. That
pleasure.
was so informative and exciting. I have a lot of work to do on my LinkedIn profile. So one of the first things that I wanted to say was welcome to everybody. We're so excited that you're here. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about how to enhance your online presence through your AnitaB.org membership. So it's a great way to connect with others in the community and share information. Some of the things I'm going to be focusing on are how to make sure your profile is complete, how to make the one-to-one connections with others through the platform, and how best to dedicate maybe like 15 minutes a day or every other day to engaging on the platform, and also some other unique ways to amplify yourself as a subject matter expert through membership. So one of the first things I want to talk about is how to make sure your profile is complete. And you can do that really by going to the Manage Your Membership Profile link on the very top. Here you can review the percent completeness of your profile. So making sure that you are not towards the bottom, and making sure that you're also completing all the different areas that you would like to have complete in your profile. People will want to search for you by company or area of interest or experience. So make sure that your professional information, we'll scroll down a little bit right here, is as complete as possible. So things like your organization name or your company name, or your areas of interest or your areas of expertise. And if they're not listed here, feel free to add them in as a other. Your personal information is also super helpful, letting us know a little bit more about you, specifically around your area, like where you're located. So this, if you do not want to share this, you can either lock it or unlocked. I've locked all my location information, but you can, just to show you that it can be done, but you can unlock it as well. So if you want to showcase that you're in the Florida region, or if you're in the Ohio area, that you can do that and easily change that however you see fit. The other thing that you can do to make sure your profile is complete is update your information and settings tab right here. So the preferences area. So you can allow other members to view your connections. You can share your things that you favorite with other people who can see your profile. People can email you. You can get an email notification when one of your connections updates your profiles, updates their profile, so that you can kind of track what's going on with some of the people in your network. So those are really, really helpful ways to kind of just make sure that your profile on your membership platform is up to date. Another important thing to make sure you're doing is making sure that your profile is not just complete, but active. So the social feed on the membership page is a great way to do that. It's kind of like your home base for your membership account. So when you log in, you're going to kind of come to this area. Here's where you can like post an update. When you log in, you can comment on, like, or share a post that you see. You can reply to recent posts from people. You can also see the announcements up here in the right-hand corner that will give you updates on actions that you need to take or things that you might be interested in. Also, for those people who like a challenge, you can challenge yourself to be competitive and get yourself to be a top contributor, so you can track your place in the rankings here. That's always something fun to do. One of the other things that you can do is kind of make those one-to-one connections. So you can utilize our membership directory to search by, locale, by area of interest, by company. So the things that you do to make your profile more robust feed into the member directory and allow people to find you and you to find others. So you can also, we encourage you to reach out to people in their DMs. So kind of like what Katie was saying, when you're reaching out to someone, be authentic and connect before you need something, so that they're more inclined to step in and help you once you have that relationship already cemented. One of the other things that we really recommend is dedicating about 15 minutes a day or every other day or 3 times a week to updating your profile. So it's kind of like tending your garden, and it doesn't come as naturally to me as it might to some other people. So I really take time, put some time on my calendar to make sure that I'm going in and tending my social garden, that I'm updating my accounts, linking to articles, answering questions, posting opportunities. And you can do all of that through membership. One of the great ways to get connected is through the communities and groups page. So here you can see we have a lot of different communities and groups. Many of them are separated by region. So the Asia region, Africa region, Europe region, North America region, South Florida and Charlotte. We also have different groups called Techspertise groups. So if you're wanting to talk about a career conundrum that you're having, or if you want to share some industry news, you can do that in these groups and kind of have that conversation going. So along the lines of 15 minutes a day, we would recommend you do things like answer a question. So go into the career conundrums, go onto your social feed, find a question that someone might have and answer it. Be super helpful. Share an article. So that's really easy to do on your social feed as well. So here, our colleague Jessie Aurora, she posted an article recently about the Patent and Trademark Office. So sharing knowledge within the community is great. You can also post an opportunity. So we have a lot of people that are posting internships, posting jobs. If they have a job opening up in their department and they want more women on their team, post that opportunity, bring it to the group. So here's a post from Shefali, one of our active members. She's posting a scholarship opportunity for women in tech and young girls in tech. Also, you're doing amazing things. Let people know about them. Lisa, one of our members from the London community, just recently, last week, she had a speaking opportunity at a conference. So she was posting that and sharing that opportunity. Fatma Tarlachi, who another member on our mentorship committee, she actually wrote an article, a blog article, recently had it published, and then she shared that with the community. So share the amazing things that you're doing and enhance your brand that way. Here's Laura Adele. She is the Chief Data Scientist at Microsoft, working on the AI Sustainability and Market Development team. She shared a link to her podcast. Really, really exciting. So a lot of great ways to enhance your presence and your brand through the platform. One of the other things that we can do that is tangential to the platform, but still related to your membership, is you can enhance your brand and your presence online by presenting at a newbie.org event, kind of like what we're doing today. So we tap into our community of women. If you're interested in hosting an event, want to bring something to the group, let us know. I've got some great women from our AI committee that are doing the CNN for Dummies Level Up Lab next week, in a couple of weeks. So that's a great thing. We also have some membership committees. We have a great way to build your leadership skills. So if you are interested in joining the Mid-Career Women Committee, the Software Engineering Committee, or the Tech Committee, all of those groups are accepting applications to be on those smaller teams. So please reach out to me or our membership team, and I will put our email address in the chat if you're interested. And in the next several months, we're going to be launching our TAP program, our Techspertise Ambassador program. So these people regularly engage with us on our events. They share their expertise on the platform and off the platform. You get great special perks, and it's a great way to elevate your brand and your profile. So if you're interested in becoming a TAP ambassador, let us know, and we'll definitely add you to the list. And that was it for me. I'm not great at checking the chat, so while I'm presenting. So if there are any questions that I could answer, I'm happy to do that too.
Awesome. Thank you. I think Gayatik is going to ask some questions actually for you.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was super cool. I feel like you've answered the first question that I had, but let me just ask it again. How do you set up the membership platform profile page for success?
Yeah, Great question. So you want to make sure that you have as much information as you're comfortable sharing on there, but you want to make sure, I would suggest making sure that, like LinkedIn, you have your picture on your profile, you have your location so people know where you are, your company name so that if someone's wanting to reach out to you, they know what your company you're at or organization or school, so you can like kind of connect in that way. I would also say that regularly posting increases your ranking on the platform, and so you get stars for being kind of like almost like badges for being an active engager. So I would definitely encourage you to post regularly to get that active ranking and get up there, if you're competitive like that, like me, and get to the top 10.
Yeah, that's so helpful because it increases visibility too, right? It's like a platform
Absolutely.
wide. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next question I have is, how do you best utilize the groups on the membership platform to maximize your networking?
So groups are a great way to meet people, interact with people. I know that there have been, just the South Florida community of women is so disparate and but also connected at the same time. And it's a great way for people to get to know each other and lean on each other, probably even during these really, really, really hard times. And
Mhm.
so becoming more connected through the groups for your local regions. So finding your region, not just if your local community, whether doesn't show up here, it's okay to join your regional community. So whether maybe you're the only one country in Africa, that you're not in, Nairobi or Kenya, you can still join the African committee or community. So you can always stay connected with those in your area, and I think that that's a great way to do it. And once COVID's over and we're able to meet in person, it will just become more fun, and more exciting. And then the expertise groups. So these groups, a little bit lower on the communities and groups page, you'll see that these are also other great ways to stay connected. So they are areas of expertise or areas of interest. So if you're interested in research and data, you might want to join our research and data for tech equity group. Or if you're interested in open source, join that group. If you're just trying to stay connected on industry news that pertains to women in technology, join our industry news group. So even if you aren't as inclined to join the regional groups, there's other groups to join as well, and vice versa.
That was super informative. I love the Techspertise groups.
We're trying to make Techspertise a thing. So
I'll join.
it's going to catch on. It's going to catch on. I'm sure.
It is. It is.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you both so much. We do have some questions in the chat, so I'm going to get to those real quick. And feel free to just add a question if you have one. How are we on time? 6:37. Okay, so let's go here. I think someone was asking about the links, which Jen already took care of that. So if you guys hadn't seen that, Jen posted the smart link, which is super awesome. I opened that. That was really cool. We also had a question about, do you need to have a premium membership? This is for LinkedIn, Jen, to get access to the economic graph.
I am 99% sure that you don't. I can check our help file and confirm that. Here's the thing about LinkedIn. I work at LinkedIn. It changes all the time. So I definitely don't have all the answers, but I am happy to find out. So let me do, if there's other questions you want to get to, I can check that quick and come back to that one in a little bit.
Okay, and just, I want to stay with you real quick, Jen. There was one more question about the biggest benefits for LinkedIn premium membership in general.
Yeah, so here's my honest feeling on that. There is so much you can do with just the standard LinkedIn member profile that you don't have to pay for. And I don't like telling people to spend money when they don't have to. There are certainly advantages to LinkedIn Premium if you are a job seeker or if you are operating a small business. One of those advantages is LinkedIn Learning. So if you don't have access to LinkedIn Learning through other means, a university or an organization, That would be one of the benefits. Also for job seekers, you do get some interesting metrics that allow you to see how you compare to others who are seeking that same role. And you get a certain number, I can't remember off the top of my head, of in-mails, which allow you to kind of reach out beyond your immediate network. If you're curious about premium, I believe you can do a 1-month free membership. So check it out, see if it's something that's benefiting you. But just know that there's really a lot that you can do with the standard member profile.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Hey, Katie,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, if I can jump in, I wanted to follow up on that and ask Jen, what are as part of the tools that she shared today, which one would be included? Because I heard her mention that there's something for borrowers, something for students, something for premium, not premium. We weren't super clear, Jen, and I know you were rushed and you covered a lot of stuff, so thank you so much. It was awesome. But if you could just help us understand, which one, where we should go first, or like which one is covered and not covered in premium.
Yeah, so my aim with all the links that I provided on that smart link is that those are things that are free and available to everyone. With specifically to LinkedIn Learning, there are currently around 600 courses on LinkedIn Learning that are free to everyone. So on that smart link, there's one link, it's opportunity.linkedin.com, and there's resources there, the free courses, as well as some other resources for job seekers. There's also some free stuff from Microsoft as well. Microsoft is the parent company for LinkedIn. I'm not intimately familiar with those resources, but just know that they're there. And then if you're looking for access to the entire LinkedIn Learning library of courses, which is around 16,000, I know, so I'm kind of here because I have the relationship with Katie through my work with Nova Southeastern. So Nova Southeastern has what's called a campus agreement, meaning that all faculty, staff, and students can access LinkedIn Learning through their university credentials. That agreement is unique because their library extends to all residents of Broward County. So with regards to LinkedIn Learning, if you're associated with a university, you may have access through that university. Also, your company may provide access. So check with your company as well.
Yeah, we do. We do actually. I work with American Express and I just saw all of the good stuff that we could access to. And I was like, oh, I wonder what the difference is. So I will now find out how to register because it wasn't super easy the first time around I tried it. But yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you, Samantha. And I just put my email in the chat. So if you do live in Broward County, go ahead and email me directly and I can send you the directions on how to get your free account through LinkedIn Learning. And then check with your company too. Like Jen said, a lot of organizations do provide that to their employees. All right, awesome. I'm going to go back. I have a few more questions up here for Kirsten. Let me just go back in the chat here. I think you might have actually answered some of them. Kirsten, I saw you jumping in there.
Making it through.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. If there's anyone that wants to go ahead, because we are a smaller group tonight, feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question. I'm going to go back through the chat and see if I missed anything, but please feel free while I do that.
And I'm going to jump in real quick and say, I don't believe you need premium access for the economic graph data because that's not even a linkedin.com page. In other words, it's a whole separate link that's not even associated with your profile from what I can tell. So I'm like 99.9% confident in that answer. If you find something different, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah. And actually, Anna Mary, I think had some questions. If you want to open up your mic. Is she still on? Yeah.
Yeah, she's still there.
About, it was a side note about mentor program.
Yes, and thank you, Kiati. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
So Kiati answered my second question. Thank you so much. I just was looking for the link. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And so it was just a side note, but I just wanted to see what kind of progress is coming along for the mentorship program. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, wait, I don't know why you can't see me. Okay, there we go. Just want to check to see what kind of, how's that coming along? I'm just kind of curious. That's why I said it was a side note, and feel free to disregard and call it,
Yeah, we have a mentorship program within the premium membership of AnitaB.org. You can become a mentor, mentee, or both. We're definitely looking for more mentors. So if you would like to participate in the mentorship program, it's a 6-month online program. It's about a 30-minute per week commitment. So not a huge lift to have a great impact in somebody's life. So I dropped the link a little bit further up in the chat, but we also might be soon having a discount coming with a premium membership if you sign up to be a mentor. So if you want to wait just a few weeks until we can get that discount code activated, we would love to have you as a mentor on our program. We'd love to have you as a mentee, but you can also sign up to be both if you'd like.
Cool. That's exciting. Thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Awesome. So I think we answered all the questions. So again, I just want to encourage anyone to either drop it in chat if they can't use their mic, or feel free to unmute yourself.
Yeah, and the other thing is like, if you want to share any other tips that you have encountered in LinkedIn that can be useful for this audience or the Anita B platform, you know, open your mic and share with us. One thing for me, for example, when I go to LinkedIn and I'm, you know, trying to research a company that maybe is not that popular, but I usually just write the name of the company and it gives me to their profile. I can read, you know, the company profile, but then I can see who from my connections are connected to that company. And it's very helpful if I wanna, you know, collaborate or get an introduction. So and it's an easy way to track and ask for those introductions. So that's another tip that maybe might be useful for some here. Maybe anything else for?
Yeah, I would give the biggest tip for today, Ruth, is that I wouldn't be here tonight if I didn't see it on Katie's profile today. I had seen it earlier, and literally because you posted it on LinkedIn earlier today, Katie, I saw it and I'm like, oh, I forgot that I wanted to join this, and you know, it got me to come here. So thank you very much, Katie, by the way.
Awesome. Love it.
Posting it on LinkedIn and for the reminder. And I think LinkedIn is amazing. I think, and I think I'm not familiar with the community part of AnitaB.org just yet. I'm one of the member, and again, Katie, I connected back with her, and she's like, Samantha, you need to join this community too. So, doing wonderful on promoting on either side, and yeah, it's very helpful. You know, who I looked at LinkedIn, I think as back in the day. So I'm going to date myself a little bit. I used to collect people's credit card when I would go to Women's in Leadership Forum, and I would go to interviews, and I would go to this or that, and whoever I met, I would get their credit cards, and I had a Rolodex. Yes, don't shame me. But those days are gone, you know. And the beautiful thing about LinkedIn is, and I'm sure for the students here, they're looking like, what's a Rolodex? Anyhow, it's the good old time, you know, some people remember. And I look at LinkedIn as the Rolodex the digital Rolodex, where you don't have to keep up with people. You can see where they're moving on, what they're doing. And I really like the tip that one of you shared earlier, which is stay connected with your network. It doesn't take you a lot of time. Like whatever time you spend on Facebook, honestly, just divide that in half and come to LinkedIn. Or do some part for AnitaB.org as well, whatever floats your boat. And just think of that as the time that you can outreach and stay connected with what people are doing that will help you in the future. Even if they don't help you today, it's just nice to kind of know what's going on and where people are going, what they're doing. And yeah, so take that stack of business card, Katie, and just, you know, look at the names and like look up where they're at. And honestly, my tip for friending people or connecting with people, as they say, on LinkedIn is, if they have a really big network, as long as we have something in common, I just do connect now. If it's people, you know, that I met like a personal occasion, then I'll do the personalized message, which you have to click, kind of like it's hidden a little bit on LinkedIn. It's not directly. Most people that have a wide network just accept you. Like they don't even screen. I still screen. I still, like, if I don't know you personally, I still belong. Like I was one of the first person on LinkedIn that still believes, you know, that you have to know each other personally or something. Don't do that. That's not I don't recommend it, but you know, that's how you maintain the connection and the relationship, and that's how you grow your network. And if I can do one more plug, if I have 2 more seconds, because Bruce, and this is how we met with Bruce and Katie, is through the I Am Remarkable, and this is Women's History Month. So if anybody out here doesn't feel that they're remarkable, if they want to know how to become remarkable, let Ruth and Katie know, because we're about due for a reunion and to facilitate another session, right? And today I
Yeah.
attended the first facilitated session for I Am Remarkable. So I would be very happy that we do a reunion with all of the wonderful ladies that did this, what I think was a year or 2 years ago. I can't even remember. 2020 was such
Yeah, it's been
a wash
been
that
some
it's hard to
time now.
remember. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think there will be a lot of interest, and I'm happy, to join again and do it virtually now if you want, or you can take it on and do it yourself since you're certified as well. But yeah, it's
Yeah, we'll have
something
to
amazing.
reconnect.
Yeah, something that I just want to mention, Samantha, that you were talking about events. How do you, right? Like you forgot. So the good news with AnitaB.org platform is when you are part of a group, right? If you belong to a group, you can easily click on the calendar, right? And register for those sessions that will send you the email to and the invite to put in your calendar. So that's another quick way to see what are the events that are happening in your group or any other group that you might be interested on joining, right? And then that way you can register for those events, because there's a lot of good sessions that are coming up. Yeah.
Perfect. And if anybody wants to friend me on LinkedIn tonight, go ahead, send a connect request if you're not already connected to me. I'm more than happy, to, I have a very deep network. I've done this for many, many years. And this way, but I don't share my network with anyone. And I think it was Jen who was mentioning, if you need something, I will accept your request. And then you can scroll through and you can find somebody else, like Bruce was saying, hey, maybe I know somebody who knows someone at this company. And then if you need an introduction, just remind me that, we were here today on this AnitaB.org event. And then I'll be very happy to facilitate an introduction. And then you take it from there. So you don't have to know everybody. You just have to know the next person. That's the beauty of LinkedIn, right? We're all connected by the 6 degrees of separation concept. So you leverage it,
Yeah,
ask
and there's
everybody here
multiple
tonight.
ways, right? Yeah,
So
there's multiple ways. If
it
some
works everywhere.
people don't want to accept, there's a way that you can follow them too now. That's, so any people that you look up as a role model, you want to learn about the things that they're, bringing in terms of public speaking, or the things that they do, that there's a lot of videos these days. So just follow them, right? And that way you can get that resource for you in whatever area you're trying to get better at. So
I self-follow all your friends, Ruth, from that event that we participated in. So you remember you invited a professor to come and share with us about the Brené Brown and the Dare to Speak leadership. I forget her name, but I follow her on LinkedIn, and all of the other speakers that were there that day on the panel. I connected with them on LinkedIn after that, thanks to you. So yep, it works.
Awesome.
And remember, if you can find them on the AnitaB.org membership directory, that can be your connection on LinkedIn, right? That can be, you be like, oh, I saw you on Anita B. We have something in common, right? Like a soft little plug into LinkedIn.
Today's session, and especially Jen and Kirsten for presenting everything that, all the tips and the demonstration of where to go, how to get that information and the access. Don't forget to follow us in social media. We have the Anita, AnitaB.org LinkedIn account, Twitter account. Connect with us, Katie, Kathy, and myself, and the AnitaB platform as well, because we can always, update you on the things that we're working on, and we're open to collaborate with all of you. So if there's anything that you would like us to bring in the community, let us know. And thank you for being here. And if there's anything else that maybe Katie or Kathy you wanna say.
Just thank you again. Always like to get together with women in tech and our male allies. So I was super excited. This is our first event we kicked off with the communities for Ruth and myself, and we got to partner this time. So we're super excited. So again, thank you for joining us.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and with that, we can close the session. Thank you for attending Yeah, and there's gonna be a recording as well for, for letter reference, and then you can share with the other Anita B that are members as well. So.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so
Thanks, Ruth.
much.
Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Kathy.
Have a good night.
Yes.